I was working 22 hours a day. I was falling asleep on the desk and then waking up and keep working.
Got it.
And how much does one of these cost?
$7 to $10 million.
And what made you decide to get two rather than just one?
It just happened.
How old do you want to live to be? I will live till I'm 20. Minimum. That's the f off. Yeah, you broke.
Minimum. You gotta be eating like golden apples. What Jesus be eating in the kingdom.
Everybody want to talk about money. And this is like the last thing that I want to talk about. I almost committed suicide 2 years ago. The outer wealth, it doesn't give you happiness. It you up.
I wanna be a billionaire.
Billionaire.
Yeah, I'm a billionaire.
America now has more billionaires than at any time in history, while most Americans are struggling to make ends meet. Should we abolish billionaires?
These notes were left on more than a dozen luxury vehicles along Point Grey Road, and the tires were deflated.
Subscribe for more Eat the Rich content.
Come find us, come grab a popsicle, eat the rich with us.
Eat the rich! Eat the rich! Eat the rich! Eat the rich!
Oh, we got the cops coming right now. In recent years, billionaire has become a pejorative. So it's like that's a bad thing.
Are you going to become a billionaire one day? I would say almost certainly, but that's not the goal.
What does being a billionaire mean to you?
Billionaire to me is having access to enough resources to actually make an impact on planet Earth.
This is Jarek Tadla, and he's a billionaire that made his fortune in real estate. A first-generation Polish immigrant, he moved to America when he was 21 years old, and he got to work. Making money as a dishwasher and selling cars on the side, he scraped together enough money to buy his first property. As an immigrant who struggled to find housing himself, he realized that there was a hole in the market, so he began to build his real estate portfolio around serving the immigrant population. He grew quickly, and eventually he was able to scale into buying entire apartment complexes. And fast forward 30 years later, some might say this was a guy that had it all. The private jets, the mansions, the fancy cars, and the status of being a very wealthy man. But it was at this point—
It's crazy those Escalades can only fit as big as those are. Like, those vehicles are big as hell, and they can only fit 5 people.
Where he felt the most miserable and actually considered taking his own life. After fierce internal battle, he came to the conclusion that inner wealth was much more important than any number in the bank or anything you could buy. And he decided to start speaking to an issue that many men feel in their life, the feeling that they are not enough. In this episode, we explore what a day in the life of a real estate billionaire is like, and we jump into the world of Jarek Tadla. Let's begin.
Let's fucking go, baby.
If you want a little bit of that razzle dazzle, you want a little bit of that caffeinated Mike Tyson punch to the mouth, I pop one of these things and I feel like an AC/DC soundtrack is guiding my life. Sometimes you just want to pop it in there and let it do its magic. This is a product I use, I love. My crew had to ask for a refill because that's how many we used, and the sour cherry flavor really does it for me. 0 sugar, 0 calories, just a caffeine punch that'll get you going. This makes you feel like goddamn Hulk Hogan. This will make you jump out of your seat and do jumping jacks.
This will make you weave through traffic.
Let's go.
What's important to me is putting clean energy into my body. Something that makes you feel good. Use code TOMMYG for 20% off your first order and try them out. Link is in the description. And now for the rest of the video. Today, we're diving into the life of a billionaire. A lot of questions come to mind. What does a day in the life of a billionaire look like? A lot of us might have some preconceived notions. I mean, depending on who you are, you either might really look up to a billionaire, want to aspire to be one, or you hate them and you think they're inherently evil and maybe they've exploited people to get where they're at. Let's meet this man.
It's crazy how many billionaires that literally aren't even popular celebrities. They just be laid back. I know he got mad houses too.
Hello. Hi guys.
Patrick.
Nice to meet you. What's up, Pop?
Good to meet you. Good. How are you, man?
Golden Sinks.
I'm Jarek Tadla. I'm an immigrant from Poland. I moved here in '93. I got Tommy G today in my house interviewing me, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
If you looked us up, you saw videos of us with gangsters holding guns, and you're probably like, how do I fit into this picture?
You know which one I like the most? The one that you did with the stealing cars.
You like the car thief?
Holy shit. Like, I like that one. The one with the Miami, it's like, this is like a regular Tuesday. So like to me it was like, okay, so I wasn't impressed because I know that. Like this bubble I know. I don't know the other bubble.
I think a lot of people in their head, when they picture a very wealthy man, they picture a person that like floats on air.
I shit the same way you do and everybody else. Everything is the same. It's funny, I always tell my kids, it's like, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Just think of that, it's like, he shits like you do. He pees like you do. He gets sick like you do. He brushes the teeth like you do. Everybody is the same way.
Despite Yark's humility, I want to draw attention to the fact that meeting a billionaire is like meeting a mythical creature. There's simply not many of them. With only 813 of them in the United States and 2,800 worldwide, they are super rare. I mean, you're twice as likely to bump into an NFL player and 4 times as likely to bump into a Navy SEAL on the street than you are a billionaire. This is an elite person. Now, to grasp the sheer scale of what a billionaire looks like, imagine this. Take someone making the average annual American income of $69,000. If they saved every penny, no taxes, no expenses, it would take them roughly 14,500 years to reach $1 billion. Now, to put that in perspective, they would have had to start clocking in at the time that humans were still painting on cave walls. Another way to picture it is this. If you stacked 1 billion single dollar bills up to the sky, it would go up 67 miles high. That's insane.
Some people say it's better to be wealthy and anonymous than it is to be famous and poor. But right now, you're entering the public sphere. You have a book, you're going to be on all these different shows and podcasts. Why leave the shadow, so to speak, and come out into the light?
Because I almost committed suicide 2 years ago. The outer wealth, it doesn't give you happiness. It you up. I just hit bottom of the bottom. I had depression. I went through divorce like 5 years ago. The word is from the inside out, not from outside in. And if you don't understand the game, then you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah, do you want me to just stay here and watch the dogs?
The car's like a rapper. Like this is what I would expect, like, you know, Key Glock or Kevin Gates.
I still shit and wash my teeth the same way everybody else.
We're have to get improved. We're have to get.
No, we're not.
We were around here about 2 a.m. 2 nights ago with some guys with face tattoos and some of Kodak Black's cousins and street associates. It's interesting to me that 5 or 10 minutes down the road, you can go from Section 8 housing, people hustling, selling who knows what out of the apartment, to just a couple miles away, there's Rolls Royces.
It's a highway, like
I would not
on the east side, on the water and all the canals, you know, it's the wealth, and on the other side, there's like, you know, but you know what, I moved here in 2010. It took me like 2 years to get used to it. If only nobody get here impressed by cars, or jets, or yachts. It's like, you know, the kids, but you know what I mean?
What cars do you like?
Bugattis and stuff. I also like Porsche a lot.
What kind of staff do you got?
Housekeeper. I have a guy that takes care of my boats, my, you know, everything outside and all this stuff, and pretty much.
Do you have a chef?
Nope.
Do you have a toilet seat warmer that sits on the toilet?
If I had money, I'd want unless depending on what I do, I would just get a chef. Cause boy, oh boy, when it comes to eating healthy, that is not my thing.
Before you go on it, so it's
dude,
warm.
Dude, when you're gonna see my bathroom, you're gonna. This is the most exciting thing about my house.
You do have a butt cheek warmer on your toilet? Do you have a bidet?
Yes.
Will you have yourself an ice cream cone on vacation? No ice cream?
I don't eat sugar.
No sugar?
I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't eat sugar. I
want to stay alive.
A lot of successful people are addicts. So when we do something, we do 120%. The same thing with bad habits. And I remember getting drunk with my best friend, and I said, like, I'm never gonna touch alcohol again. He said, that's gonna last 6 months. And then 6 months, and then a year, 2 years, and like it's been now 3.5 years.
Is that a security guard with the vest up there?
Yeah.
Where's this?
Military academy?
No!
He doesn't have a rifle on him, does he?
Yes, he does.
He does?
Yes.
My old school had 20 of those.
Alright guys, study hard, have fun, make memories, alright?
Where'd you go? Bye, guys.
What is this?
Thank you, bye. So you clearly see I'm the view man, right? I like the views.
Oh,
but seriously, look at this shit. Look, come on. It does all you can do.
Walking,
dude.
pretty much walking after.
have you ever been in danger of getting hemorrhoids because you're enjoying the view so
Yes.
much? Is this glass tinted?
Yeah.
So you can be naked in here.
Yeah.
Triple shower head.
I got shower free, all the stuff. Like this is not my best position. This is a lot of shit. Like I take long shower, all my routines, all my meditations happen here. Steam shower this. Just the sound system, just here is 25 grand.
So-
My ritual is in the shower. So I spend like 40 to 50 minutes in a, you know what I mean? And then
40
my
or 50
whole-
minutes in
yeah,
your shower?
Yeah, I do a lot of shit in my, you know what I mean?
Do you have any trouble with your water bill or you can afford that?
No, stop.
Would you say the average billionaire takes good care of their body?
Yes.
There's not a lot of slobs that are...
No,
really-
there are. But you need strength. I mean, you need to be physically and mentally. I mean, they're all over mentally. Like all the people that I know, very successful, very wealthy, they have enormously like mentally strong. Dude, I built like, you know, neighborhood around my school because my teacher told me I'm never gonna accomplish anything.
What made your teacher say that?
Because they're teachers, so that's why I don't like schools. The school system is so broken because what happens is whatever they told, they program a software. And then it took me years and everybody else, it took us years to prove the world that that's not true. But you know, it's funny, I always want to leave, you know, my kids legacy, but the only thing I was gonna leave my kids was inheritance. Inheritance is all the stuff, but legacy is all the knowledge, all the wisdom. But I didn't know anything. My wealth is not transferred to my kids until they're 35, 40, 50, you know, my trust is written. So, you know, because, you know, even when they're 30, you dumb as I mean, I was dumb as when I was 33. I thought I'm on the top of the world. I thought I know everything. Now I'm 52, I'm still dumb as I still don't know anything. I'm still learning, you know, I'm reading and all this stuff.
I thought he was
Like, one sentence changed my world. You know, I was in Denver, Colorado. It was exactly 30 years ago. Somebody said, hey, we live in a fourplex and we rent the other 3 units. That's it. And that changed my life.
That was your first piece of property?
No, that was the conversation. I went home with my girlfriend and I'm like, oh, we're moving to Colorado. We're buying 4 units. We're saving all the money, we're buying 4 units. And that's it.
I don't want to look like a peasant. What do I do with the spoon?
Mix it.
Okay.
Stop, man. Let's go to my man cave.
Man cave, that pool looks nice.
I moved here when I was 21. Okay.
So you live in Poland from birth to 21?
To 21.
Okay, so what was it like growing up in a communist country?
You know, it's like like we were talking about the stores. It's like people have money, but there's nothing you could buy. So what happened is we have like everybody had access to, let's say, limited type of bread, sugar, vodka, whatever. There was no bananas, there was no fruits, nothing like that. I moved here, I was like, shit, I go to the store, it's like, what? Banana, chocolate, like all this stuff. Like you were going to the store, you were waiting in line to get a little bit. And it was like all the shelves in the stores were always empty. The information is limited. In this country, I learned about, you know, an entrepreneur because no, everybody has money, but what happened, there was exchange of the services. So that's why the money didn't exist. And that's what it is in reality right now either. It's an exchange of services that we do at the value we bring to the table.
So what would you tell young people that want to try communism in America?
Well, move to China or go to, you know, still go to Cuba. Go to communist country and follow them and see and talk to those people how they work. This is my everyday mantra. Not today, motherfucker. So when the devil comes into my head and starts telling me, well, you don't need to do this, you fucking lazy blah, blah, blah. It's like, today is the day you don't have to. Today, motherfucker, not today. We're not doing this shit. How you doing?
This inspired me. Tomorrow I'm about to go buy a Trackhawk 3 new houses. Gotta start saving, bro. I got like what, $20 saved up. Matter of fact, I'm saying roll it. Never mind. I don't got $20. I lied. I don't have any money.
Are you Tommy? Nice to meet you, Tommy. So year and a half ago, right? I'm sitting, getting ready to for the workout. I'm eating my ice cream
before a workout.
Yes. So this motherfucker comes in and is like, "Puppy, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Eating my ice cream." I'm like, "Okay, it's my cheat day." He said, "Cheat day," and this motherfucker comes in and goes like, "Listen, we don't cheat.
We don't cheat, baby.
I did not have a cheat day in fucking 20 years." Wow, I will live till I'm 120 minimum.
120?
120, yeah. Like, you know, it's like, well, if I have an accident and something happened, I have no choice, right? But
so right now you're 52?
52, I'm young, I was just born.
You think you're gonna live to 120?
120, yeah. That's my goal, minimum 120.
How do you think you're gonna make that happen?
Longevity. Just, you know, take care of my body, mentally, emotionally, physically. The right diet, eating everything right. It's just daily routines on a daily basis.
And you got a secret sauce, me.
And yeah, that's it. That's a secret sauce.
You think living to 120 is possible?
Human body is capable of a lot of things that we can't even fathom, right? And I think your mindset is everything. Your mindset could push you to limits beyond your imagination.
Man, the United States needs some help because when you look around and see how many people are fat and unhappy in the richest country in the world, it's just kind of mind-blowing. Just with all the poison that's in our food.
Bro,
and
but it'd be good, bro. Especially that Chili's triple dipper. Oh my gosh. Like, you can't, how do you look at that and be like, nah, that gonna kill me? Bruh, you gonna kill me on the toilet.
Like, I remember seeing this during COVID. Everyone would be home, but you go drive by a fast food restaurant. Lines around the corner. I'm just like,
I mean, I just came back from Europe, right? Mm-hmm. You put cheese on ham in refrigerated Europe. 2 days later, they have a mold. They literally walk out of refrigerator. They're old. Their bread is fresh one fucking day. Here, you put a bread, a month later you can eat it. The ham and the cheese stay in refrigerator for a month. We putting this shit in our fucking body. Don't. So you don't fucking play with demons in your head? You don't have that bullshit.
A really good wrestling coach said, talk to yourself, but don't listen to yourself. So, because when you're warming up before a match, all of a sudden, my legs are weak, I'm kind of hungry, or, you know, maybe I need to take a shit, or when you just listen to yourself, all those voices creep in, like that you're not good enough, or that you're not ready. But if you talk to yourself, like, yeah, I got the pace, I'm gonna put this guy on a pace. I'm gonna put a pace on him and make some break, and I'm pacing, and I'm talking to myself, that helps keep the demons at bay.
Sure. That's a good one. Could you set up we have an inner call in 10 minutes, in 5 minutes, 4 minutes.
You can jump
on the TV, the thing. Okay. In office.
You can jump on a call in 3 minutes?
Yeah, I have the inner circle call.
Nice.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yarrick is walking into his office to jump on his weekly call with The Edge, a group of high net worth men that meet to talk about their goals, struggles, and give advice to each other.
Right? I mean, we need to reset. Because if we go 100 miles an hour, if we don't reset, it's like, that's gonna crash. And I gotta tell you, like, I keep talking about it, the demons are in my head all the time. That is like, you know, it's a gift and a curse because that's what we never stop. You know what I mean? You gotta give it all, and truly give it all.
Take the money!
Like you pray for something and then God gives it to you and then you get depressed? Are you the same man you were 3.5 years ago? Are you f***ing holding on to shit from 3.5 years ago? You're not the same motherfucker you were 3.5 years ago. Yes, motherfucker, I am the top guy.
Andrew, why don't you tell the motherfucker you just bought $130 million in real estate, so f*** off. Yeah, you broke.
It's who you are in these times, Andrew, that will determine who you become. It's who you're becoming that's more important.
For 13 years, he he basically prayed for his kids to shut up. So that as soon as they learned to shut up, he prayed for them to start talking again.
I'm just showing you the blueprint of what's possible. It's up to you to figure out how. As fathers, it's our job to help them see that they could do it.
Is he taking classes on how to be a
grind,
father?
and we forget what is important. You know what I mean? And on the end of the day, none of our queens or our kids, they don't give a f about the money. They just give a f about us. Next level!
Let's go.
That no matter what level of success you reach,
got a kid too.
There's always something around the corner. There's never a stage of life where everything is just settled in and okay and no conflict, no worries. Whether it's on the business front, relationship front, you always got something that's a challenge, and that's just part of being a human.
Eatable, avocado, banana, coffee, peanut butter, almond butter, and chocolate protein.
Yeah, that's right up my alley.
In the evening, what I do the decaf coffee. You know, so I don't drink coffee after 1 o'clock. For me, sleep is everything. You know? And my sleep is fucked up, like, you know, when I wake up, like with oral, when I fucked up, my sleep is fucked. The whole day is fucked.
Yeah, at that age, you need to take them naps. I feel him.
Come on, sit down.
How are you, sir? Hey,
how are you, sir? Nice to meet you.
Nice
How are
to
you?
meet you as well.
What do you do?
I sell real estate.
Yeah?
So houses like this. I saw in this house. Multiple.
What's it like being in that market?
It's my passion. I love it. It's exciting, you know, especially down here. I mean, look at this.
So you're walking.
Doesn't get much better, right?
I bet a millionaire, billionaire, anyone with money, it just consists of just interviews all day and just business.
I have no idea what's about to happen. I find out the shit the way you do. So it's a Forbes interview about the book, I'm assuming. So we'll see. You know? Can you hear us?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you all. Can you hear me?
Hey, Mark.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And we are recording. Let's start from the beginning. You're from Poland, correct?
Yes. You know what? The only thing I never knew what I'm gonna do. Funny, I always knew you know, because I'm coming from Poland, from a communist country. I always knew I never want to work for anybody. I always knew I'm gonna be, you know, entrepreneur, and I always knew that I'm gonna work for myself.
When you came here, you lived in, where did you live the first time, in Rochester?
Rochester, New York, upstate New York.
And then you moved to Denver.
Denver, Colorado. I'm in Florida, South Florida.
What does it feel like having a book out there?
It feels good. It's a step one. It's a step one.
I feel like everyone that really starts trying to make that first step into changing their lives, they always go to New York. I'm about to go there now. I was thinking about going to a fashion show too. I just gotta get the tickets. I'm gonna probably go out there in November and try to see how it is. You know, get fly, of course. I want to go to one and try to market as much as I can.
Feels good, right?
That's good.
Yeah.
You felt that. You feel it?
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, you have such a contagious message. Because I think everyone, nearly everyone, in some way or form, wants to be here, wants to be in this palace on the water, wants to have the jet, wants to have the real estate. And then for you to come and say, actually guys, that doesn't fulfill you, that doesn't lead to happiness, it's kind of refreshing. Especially in Miami, we see the opposite. We see these guys flexing their Lamborghinis, flexing their women, flexing their whatever they got, their Gucci shirt.
And most
it's a refreshing, honest, authentic, raw, true message.
You know? Everybody fucking want to talk about money.
Yeah.
And this is like the last thing that I want to talk about.
Can I tell you this though? Starting to make a little bit of money now, but from the outsider perspective, the common man perspective, the money gets people's foot in the door. If you were worth 70 grand and you're starting to talk about how you wanted to yourself, a lot of people are in that shoes. But a guy that has made what you've made,
talks about that, it's like, holy shit. Like,
I only could find people that, you know, because in this society you get level of respect depending how much money you have, and that's what is fucked up. Because the best people that can teach you and they can show you, they don't have a time to share this on social media. They don't have a time to write a book. They don't have a time to be around because they want all the money, and then it's not that they busy though. All the people that make all the money ain't gonna tell you how to make the money, because then you helping yourself make money and they making less money. Now they gotta share the money that they worked so hard to make, whether it was scamming, actually working hard to earn it, or just long years of getting it. Their fathers are working 3 jobs. You know what I mean? But because they did not accomplish anything financially, so they don't have a word.
Why do you think that is?
Well, you just said it. Because it's a bullshit story the society is giving to us.
You get judged based on your net worth. And
if you see a homeless guy on the side of the road, do you give him $1?
Dude, I did give, 2 homeless people, yes, but not to everybody.
What makes you decide when you'll give them a couple bucks?
I don't give to people that, like sit on the street and just on the red lights. But like when I go by the homeless people and I see like they're really struggling on picking up stuff from the trash can or just ask me at the store, then I don't have a problem.
You're pretty good, you're right. Good and bad at the same time. Jesus Christ.
Good and bad at the same time. Oh gosh.
Entire life.
Entire life. How long have you been flying private for?
2 years.
You just started pretty much.
Yeah. It's comfort.
How much demand is there for chartering a jet these days?
A lot.
Yeah?
They pretty much are there pretty much all the time.
What is it, if I wanted to rent your plane to fly from here to Chicago, how much would that run me?
$28,000 one way, $30,000.
To rent? That's a whole car. That's an Infinity. It's a Range Rover.
How much does one of these cost?
$7 to $10 million.
And what made you decide to get 2 rather than just 1?
Well, what happened is
he got it. Like what? It don't even matter.
The way I entered the partnership, so they own few of them. So it just came with it. Like
it just kind of happened?
It just happened. It just comes like that.
Would you say you're frugal?
I think so.
Is it hard for you to spend money?
You know what? It's hard for me to spend money on some things and easy on some other things.
What's a hard purchase for you?
If I can get the same value for different amount, that's what I'm struggling with.
Polish immigrant, first generation American. Your specialty in real estate was you realize, hey, if you're an immigrant, you don't speak English that well, you kind of get treated like shit as a tenant, and there's not a lot of good options for you. So
you're listening.
So you plugged the hole in the market, and you catered to immigrants, right?
Low income tenants, and that's because that's they're not being taken care of.
One thing about rich people, they love when you talk about them. Well, I think that's everyone. Everyone loves when you talk about them, just in a good way. They love hearing. A lot of people love hearing good things about themselves. But the rich, oh my gosh, boost their ego. I like this guy. I feel like he's a good builder.
A question you gotta ask yourself when looking at a bathroom: is this a bathroom that you would take a poo in? If it is, then it's the right bathroom for your client.
Thanks.
When you first moved to America, what job did you have?
Dishwasher.
This was where?
In Rochester, New York.
Okay. How long did you do that for?
I was a dishwasher for a month because I quickly went from washing dishes to help in the kitchen, and I was a busboy and also waiter.
How did you save up the money to buy a fourplex?
I was in, college. I was community college, so the community college was very cheap. And I moved back with my parents, and at that time I also was buying and selling cars. So what happened is I was buying like a car after accident, fixing them, and then selling them. I was making profit.
A big thing you did is you were humble enough to move in with your parents.
Yeah.
When most people would say, I just want my own apartment. And you saved a lot of money there.
A lot. It saved me like another, $900 to $1,000 with everything.
You gave the analogy before, like your first 10 properties is a lot harder than your next 100, right? talk about your philosophy of momentum.
Like pushing, like we talked about, like pushing a car. It's hard to start, but the second you have a startup, you have it going, for some reason, then even if you think about it, you sleep on it, you think, you breathe, you shit this, you know, like you think, you know, real estate, suddenly everything around you just, you know, starts going to seminars, start asking questions, reading the books about real estate, and you start, you know, and that's the momentum.
Okay, and so how old were you when you bought your first property? 23.
24.
Part of getting rich is you have to own stuff, own your own business, own your own real estate, own something. So this is the first property I got. It's a 4-unit in Milwaukee. This is what's helping me be able to get my second, third, fourth property. Pretty soon I can peace out from the corporate world, do YouTube full time, travel the world with the señorita, and live the lifestyle you want to live, you know? So
by 29, how many did you have?
73 properties. I retired.
Free and clear or leverage?
No, leverage.
Okay.
But what happened at that time in Denver, the market moved enormously. Like all the properties were appreciation in Denver, like, you know, 7 to 9 and then to 12% a year. So, you know, suddenly those properties was worth a lot more. At that time, I flipped all the little properties and I buy bigger. And then the game just started.
Okay, so 29, 72 units, you retire, come back. How many units do you have today?
Thousands.
Thousands?
Thousands.
And you're being vague for personal reasons, right?
Yeah.
But thousands of units. What's the biggest challenge in owning thousands of rental units?
Operations, having the right crew. I think the biggest, like when you even jump from 100 to 200 to 500, from 500 to 1,000, is the infrastructure you have to create. That's the biggest challenge.
Have you ever been close to going bankrupt?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
2008.
You almost lost it all.
Also, that's what happened. That's the first time I hit depression, but I didn't know that's depression. I thought I'm just going broke and I didn't know how to deal with that. I started buying everything I could put hands on, everything, because suddenly I was like in 2096, 98, I was buying properties for like, you know, $100,000 a unit, and suddenly it's 2008 and everything in Denver started crushing, and you could, like, I was picking up properties for 27 a door, 21 a door, 19 a door. Wow. So I was buying everything. I'm like, this cannot last, this cannot last. And then Lehman Brothers went out of market. They went bankrupt. And I'm like, and I'm closing a $12 million deal that I closed, that I raised the money, and the market was not recovered. And my investors started like, I need that 20 grand. Okay, so I give them out of cash flow. Suddenly another one, I need 100, I need $1 million. Yarek, I need my $3 million back. I don't have the money, I have to refinance the building. Nobody's giving loans. So now suddenly my big investors are coming like, Yarek, it's been a year, I need the money back. It's funny, Tommy, you asked me about the billionaires. I know how liquid they are. To average Joe, they, you know, the money that they have, they're very liquid. But some of them, there's like two schools. Some of them, you know, use all the money and leverage as much as they can, and some of them keep the money for safety. But everybody I know, they have a reserve accounts.
When people hear the word billionaire, they often imagine vaults overflowing with cash, as if $1 billion is just sitting in a bank waiting to be spent. But usually that's far from the truth. Most billionaires don't hold their wealth in cash. They're investors. Yarek's fortune, it's tied up in real estate. Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook equity, and Warren Buffett, an astounding 99% of his wealth is locked into Berkshire Hathaway stock. Why? Because cash sitting in a bank doesn't grow. To become a billionaire, you need to put your money to work. You have to move it, invest it, and strategically place it in vehicles that generate high returns. And some would argue that that's the mindset that separates the wealthy from the ultra wealthy. Yarek took my crew and his family out for dinner, and something noteworthy was that Yarek made his kids stack their phones in the middle of the table to ensure that everyone was fully present for the conversation. I also learned there that his kids worked regular jobs, like for example, his daughter is a waitress. So we hung out together, ate some sushi, and after that, we went back to his house to finish our night. So, last thing before we get out of here tonight, we have questions from the Instagram chat. Do you care about the poll?
Yeah, all of it. It's of course I do. This is like, I don't divide people. I don't segregate people between the, you know, how financially, how strong or how poor they are, or, you know, I qualify people, and I care about all good human beings. If you're poor and dick, no, I don't care about you.
Do your nuts feel bigger because you have money?
I love you guys. You know, nuts don't. Ego, yes. Your nuts feels bigger, definitely.
In Poland, what kind of family were you born into as far as lower class, middle class, upper class?
In Poland, there was no low. I mean, there was lower class, there was middle class, there was no upper class. So I was definitely born in the middle class.
Have you ever been invited to Bohemian Grove?
No, I have no idea what it is.
Like, have you ever been invited to some cult or?
No, I haven't.
Is the American dream still possible?
Fuck yes. Huge.
That's
huge. And I think it's more possible than ever was before.
Why?
Because of the social media and how quickly with the information exchange and how actually younger and younger people.
Everyone put their phones down and deleted social media, everyone would have money. I promise you. But people be, I feel like the millionaires be forced to put this persona since they got rich that way, that they got to show you how to get the money, whether it's through violence, music, or like anything. Got to show off the chains, the cars, all that, make it seem like that's the way to go. And you got billionaires dressing up like regular people. You would think working a 9 to 5.
Are getting wealthier and wealthier.
We got to dive into your life. We got to learn a lot. I got to experience things that I've never done before. I've never been on a jet before. Thank you for that. Any final thoughts you'd like to leave the audience with?
Remember, everything you need is within you, and the inner wealth is more important than the outer wealth. Enjoy life. Be humble and stay a good human being.
Pleasure, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'm getting out of here. It's your bedtime, isn't it?
It is. Holy shit, it's 9:30, brother.
Dude,
it's time.
We kept you up late,
Holy
huh?
shit. Truly, thank you, man. Again, thank you, guys.
All right, we'll see you.
Okay, bye. Peace. Good night, Patrick.
That's such a flex. Oh my gosh. Will I buy that book? Hell no. That's the rest of my money. I seen that price.
Folks, Yark's book is available for purchase on Amazon. Highly recommend you buy it, read it, check it out, soak up his knowledge and wisdom. Thank you for joining me this week. I'll see you next week.